Beautiful souls, do you have a prayer request or want us to send you healing energy today? Would you like us to be praying for your friend or loved one? If this is you, go to worldslargestprayernetwork.com to submit your prayer request. And while you're there, please sign up to join our team of prayer warriors. The angels say prayer not only opens you to miracles, raises your vibration, and helps you heal, but the more you pray, the more God's presence is felt on earth. Feel your angels' love as they surround you right now, and listen for the positive, loving messages your angels intended specifically for you in today's episode. Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome back to the Angels and Awakening podcast. I'm your host and author, Julie Jancius. And friends, we have on a special guest today. Her name is Sutherland. She is an Angel Reiki student of mine who's going through the 1-year program. And she's also written a book this year. I'm so excited. I love the title, I Am Love. My First Book of Affirmations by Sutherland. I'm so excited for you. I got a copy and I forgot to bring it down to the Hay House event when we all went down there. I was going to have you sign it.
Thank you, Julie. That was really fun. It was a really fun, creative process to go through and to figure out how to self-publish and all of the ways to create a children's book, because I know some more are in me, but I believe in affirmations and I believe in, speaking positively, and there is never an age too early to start.
Amazing. Amazing. So I'm so excited for people to get to connect with you today. And you've got some angel stories that you want to share. So I'm going to have you take it away and talk about your first one. But we've got a lot to talk about today. So I'm excited for this conversation.
We do. Thanks for having me, Julie. So I wrote this book. I mean, it's affirmations. It's not a huge content book, but figuring out how to do it was quite an accomplishment for me. And when I decided to put it on Facebook and put it out there, I used the book as a soft landing to also let people know that I had gone through the Angel Reiki school and that, I'm an intuitive energy healer. And I just kind of put that in there as outing myself in a really gentle way, right? Tied in with this cute little children's book that I'm really proud of. And after I did it, the response was so sweet and so kind from everybody. But my ego was still like, oh my gosh, I can't believe you did this. I grew up in the South. This is weird. What are people thinking? The people who didn't like or didn't comment, I was obsessed with that and not all of the positive feedback that I got. And I was really in my head about it. And so that night I went to bed and I'm talking with my angels and I'm like, I really need you to show up for me. I really need to feel you and to know that I'm on the right path, because this feels scary and I feel like kind of out here on my own right now. And the next day I was getting my oil changed at the dealership and they checked me in and I go inside and I'm reading a book. And they come to get me and she's like, your car is ready. And I get out there and there's no car. And it's not even yet next in line for the car wash for them to bring it back to me. But then I hear on the loudspeakers, I hear this song being played and it is You'll Never Walk Alone. And that song has always just really hit me hard because when my mom was diagnosed with terminal cancer when I was 17, we went on one final vacation together to Gatlinburg and went to one of the shows that they had, a country show. And I remember sitting there and they played this song and looking at my parents holding hands and the tears just streaming down their face. But that song has just sat inside of me, right? So I'm at this dealership and they have those big metal speakers outside and it's playing this slow song and it was so weird, but I knew that was from my angels to me. And just to let you know how crazy it was that the song was on, my car was still not ready for 2 full songs afterwards, which were Lizzo and Pharrell Williams. So this song was totally out of left field, but I knew it was from me, that she got me to hear this song. And that was my hug from my angels. Like, you're doing okay. It's all right.
Oh, I love that. I love that. Um, I know that you have a second angel story, but before we hop into that, I want to share too that when I saw the title of the book, I had a memory that I hadn't remembered in a long time.
Uh-huh.
So, one of my very first years out of college, we had a very soulful, spiritual friend in the family, and she was doing spiritual workshops for younger people, like in their late teens, 20s, who wanted to step into leadership positions. And so she invited me to come to this retreat. And a lot of it was intuition development exercises. And one of the very first things that she had us do is she's like, okay, well, all of us are kind of going to get into a meditative state. It wasn't oneness how I get people into it, but it was just kind of like tuning into your own energy and meditative. And once we got into this state, she's like, okay, now I want you to go to a different part of the building so that you're really just in your own space and you're not tuning into anybody else's intuition, anybody else's energy. And I want you to come up with one word that describes what you are. So everybody goes to like their different parts of this big, huge conference center, and we all, have this 10-15 minutes to ourselves, and I'm just sitting there with my breath in my body, talking to my spirit team and just saying, okay, like, what is the one word that describes my soul? And it wasn't one word, it was, I am love, I am love, I am love. And it just kept coming in on repeat. And it was so fascinating because when we got together as a big group, nobody had the same thing, but everybody's word for their soul or their energy was different. And I connected back into my own energy in that moment when I saw the title of your book, I Am Love, because I think it's so just what we all are innately.
Absolutely. And if you look on the back cover, it says, and so are you, because we
Yes.
all are love. It is what we are.
Yes.
Yeah.
100%. So I know you have a second angel story to share, so I'm going to have you take that one away.
Okay. So this was last year, and it was before I had started working with you and kind of learning to connect better to my loved ones, to my angels. But I still got signs. So I knew how to ask my loved ones for signs. And my mom did pass away when I was 18. And I have felt connected to her forever, but really connected over the past few years as I've been healing. And her sign for me is a blue butterfly. And my dad sends me a text on the anniversary of her death and said, we lost a great wife, mother, and friend on this day 26 years ago. And I told him, and we don't talk about, signs or anything like that, or communicating with her. We don't talk about that. But I sent him a message and I said, I bet if you asked her for a sign, she would show up in incredible ways for you. And I put 3 little butterfly emojis on there, and he's like, gave it a thumbs up or whatever. And 4 hours later, I see on Facebook that my stepmother, who's been with my dad since, soon after, it was like they've been together a really long time. She's very much a part of my family. And she had posted a picture in her backyard of a bush covered in butterflies. And so I screenshotted it and sent it to my dad, who's not on Facebook. And I said, see here? And he was like, that's incredible. And then a couple of days later, she had another post about butterflies. And she never posts stuff like that. That it's not like a nature girl who always does this. It was very unusual and so perfectly timed. And I said, see, mom's here. And I think she's saying thank you to Sherry too for being such a special part of our life and helping take care of our family. And I think it got him too. Like it was definitely, I said, ask for any sign, but showed him butterflies. And then there's butterflies everywhere.
Wow, I love that. That's so beautiful. And it's so her, and it's so her
Yeah,
way to like come through in just a very abundant way for you to know, like, like,
absolutely.
That's awesome. I love it. Wow. Thank you so much to the 250 people who raised their hand to volunteer and start a local chapter of spiritual women in their part of the world. If you'd like to join one of these free local chapters and hang out with spiritual women in your area, go over to my website, theangelmedium.com, and enter your email address at the top of the homepage. Soon, we'll be sending you an email with a list of local chapters you can join for free. And friends, I'd love your help getting the word out about this. If you're a podcaster who'd be willing to have me on your show to talk about this community project, or an influencer who'd be willing to go live with me on social media, maybe you own your own business and your clients would love this. We can send you info that you can email to them. Or if you have another idea of how we could get the word out, we'd love your help connecting as many women around the world as possible through local chapters of spiritual women that we're forming right now. In the show notes, there's a link to a form you can fill out to help us get the word out. You can also use this form to become a local chapter leader. Oh, friends, I feel the magic. I hope you feel the magic too. The angels are putting together this incredible worldwide network of soul sisters, and I am just so excited to see how they work through us to help bring us together in friendship and serve the world. Anything, because you've been we're doing the Angel Reiki School. We started the 1-year program. We had 425 people go through the 8-week program, which we still continue on. People can go through the 8-week program. But there's this year-long program or 6-month program if people want to stay in and get more mentorship, want to continue to grow as a healer. We actually certify folks if they stay in the full year as a spiritual teacher as well, spiritual coach. And so I'm just wondering if there's anything that you've seen, because you've been going through it and I didn't prep you with anything to say, just anything coming through from the angels that you want to share with everybody.
I think what's amazing to me is as we grow through it, even though we're growing through the same material and the same program, we're all being called very individually into different avenues. And so each of us, as we're connecting more with our higher self, more in alignment with our purpose, it is not like we're on the same road and we all track the same path. It's like there's all of these beautiful roads that are leading, out. It's like you get to a forest and there's a map there and you can choose any of the hundreds of different avenues. Like you use these gifts, but can have them tailored to whatever your soul is calling you to do, which is so special and so incredible. And even seeing how differently people's gifts come in.
Yeah.
Like how differently messages come in for different people, whether or not they have really clear vision or hearing or writing, but it just shows up really differently for all of us. And I think that's so beautiful.
Amazing, amazing. I got like the best compliment from one of our 1-year Angel Reiki school students the other day. She goes, Julie, I've actually studied over at the Arthur Finley School. And she said, the way that you channeled the material in the Angel Reiki school helped me to get to my gifts so much
Mhm.
faster. And that just blew me away. And to your point, Susan, I think there are so many people when I talk to them in the discovery calls every month that are like, yeah, but I don't know where I want to take this. And
Yeah.
that's not what you have to know when you're starting out. You just have to know that you're called. And the Angel Reiki school is not just Reiki, it's mediumship. You're learning mediumship, your intuition is growing to the max. You're growing as an angel messenger. And so all of your unique spiritual gifts are going to start to come out. And to Susan's point in what she just said, God is going to take that because you're taking action and you said yes with your free will and you're there, and God is going to blossom you and show you the exact way that they want you to work in this world and be of service. And I just think it's so fun. We've had 7 or 8 now Angel Reiki school students write books this year alone.
That's incredible.
It's
Yeah.
amazing. I know. I love it. Susan, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for sharing your stories. I love your energy and I love your book. I Am Love. It's a book every kiddo needs.
Thank you for having me, Julie.
Of course. Beautiful soul, thank you so much for joining me today. My name's Julie. You know I'm all about connecting you with messages from your angels and loved ones on the other side. If you've been listening today and you're super excited and just have to know which angels are around you right now, who's connecting with you, and what messages they have for you, go to theangelmedium.com. Register for a session. You can do a reading with me or a member of my team, and we can help you in making sure that your angels are doing the very best they can to support you and guide you to your best life. If this sounds like you, virtual sessions, they're only offered on my website. Sign up today. And if you're the person who's really excited, you can sign up for my Angel Reiki School to become a certified angel messenger. That's for the healers among us who feel called to grow their intuition to the max and serve humanity with their gifts. You'll learn Reiki, mediumship, how to deliver angel messages, and how to get clients. That's the Angel Reiki School at theangelmedium.com or DM me on Instagram at Angel Podcast with any questions. Before you go, connect with your angels by placing your hands on your heart. Take a deep breath. Imagine a doorway filled with God's unconditional love is right in front of you. Step into that love and feel it as it fills your body, chakras, and auric field. Now ask your angels, what would you have me know today? And open yourself to the positive, loving messages they have just for you.